So we are 4 weeks out from Hyrox, and today's lower body strength session is probably gonna look very, very different to what you see most other people out there doing, because my goal is to get strong, stay jacked, and run fast, not just hammer myself into the ground and end up getting injured. So if you wanna do the same, try this session. The first exercise is probably one you've never seen before. So they are Zercher marches. And the point of these is to get my core fired up and nice and tight ahead of going into my main lifts for the day. Now they also will have a bit of passover towards running mechanics by adding in the marching in there. So we're kind of ticking two boxes with the one movement. Zercher marches. It's 10 marches and then 10 breaths after your 10 marches.
Wow.
That was quite a lot. We'll do 100 and see.
Do 100 breaths. What's your 100 breath max Zercher hold, bro?
Doesn't feel like it's doing that much. But we'll persevere.
We'll push on. Max out.
150. Now we've got pause deadlifts. So down, we're gonna come off the ground, maybe pause just below the knee for like 2 seconds, and then drive tall. Because our main two movements today is gonna be snatch grip RDLs and dumbbell walking lunges. So the pause deadlifts are more just for practicing, like getting everything engaged, getting a bit of load through, and then practicing being in a good position here to then drive through. Obviously, I'll probably actually go heavier on the pause deadlifts than what I will do for the snatch grip RDLs, because snatch grip just makes it harder. It takes, for me, it brings more of your mid back and maybe even a bit of your traps into the movement by having a wider grip. So snatch grip, for people who don't know, normal RDL, you're probably like here with your hands. Snatch grip, you're gonna be quite wide. So on the bar, I think of it as normal RDL, I'll use the knurling, and I'll pretty much just line my thumb up with roughly where the knurling starts. I'll do that on both sides. Whereas a snatch grip, I'll use the rings here on the side of the bar, and I pretty much want at least this, I don't know what you call that part of your hand, on the outside of the ring. So at least you know every time you're doing the same width, but it's much, much wider. And if you try it for the first time, it'll feel fucking weird. And you really have to engage your entire back a hell of a lot more to then just stay nice and flat. So we're gonna do the pause deadlifts into a superset of the RDLs, walking lunges. We've got some abs, and then we're gonna do some bike to finish.
Oh yeah. Will you use wraps for your deadlifts?
Definitely use wraps, yeah. I feel like, even if it was normal RDLs, like I tell all clients, use straps, because if you don't use straps, your grip is always going to be the limiting factor. Like your hamstrings, hopefully, are a lot bigger than your forearms, so your forearms are going to give out first. So anyone who's doing any form of RDL for reps, you want to make sure you're using straps. Yeah, boy. We'll start at 110. The back's feeling fired up after the marching. I think it's sets of 3. Let's see. Probably check.
I'm just gonna unwrap it.
We are doing, yes, 3 sets of 3, anywhere between 120 and 140. I should probably go heavier. So we'll do a little warm-up set here, then we'll go up.
Go good?
Yeah, easy. I feel like I won't go heavy enough to warrant using a belt. I had someone ask me that the other day, it's like, when should I start using a belt? It's like, only start using a belt when you feel like you need it. And what I mean by that is, like, for me, I know I have the numbers in my head for squats. I know for me, when I get 120 for squats, I'm fine without a belt. But as soon as I go 125, 130, it's just like a psychological advantage to have the belt to brace against. And for deadlifts, I can't remember, I don't know what the numbers are off the top of my head. Probably like if I was going over 150, I'd use a belt. But generally speaking, I just think of, you want to go as long as you can without the belt. Not because it's bad, it's because I feel like you get overall a little bit more benefit if you don't use a belt. If that makes sense.
What are you putting on now?
Put some 10s on either side, so this will be 1. Yeah, we'll maybe do 2 10s. I'll do first set 120. No, I'll do 130, and then 2 sets at 140. So this will be
Naughty.
Yeah, pretty easy, man. What can I say?
120 be fucking, oh, 130 even.
Lifting 130 off the floor. Like shit. Quite nice doing it this way because when you do the pause deadlifts, they don't feel too heavy because they're maybe like max, I don't know, percentage wise, maybe 70-75% of max deadlift, maybe not even. So they feel quite light for a deadlift. And then I know that for the RDLs, it's gonna be lighter. So it kind of feels nice to then like hit these sets and you pick up the first rep of RDL, you're like, whoa, yes. But then you do 10 reps and you're like, fuck, hamstrings.
10 reps with the snatch RDL?
It's 8 or 10.
Damn.
I remember.
Nice.
That was good. Something I thought of there, which would be good, is something I say to so many clients when I get them to send me a video of their deadlifts, particularly their deadlifts, which I normally do at the beginning, is you want to take the slack out of the bar, because so many people will get set up for a deadlift, and their setup position probably looks quite nice, something like this, but as soon as they try and lift the bar, because it's heavy, their instinct is to rip it off the ground really hard. If you look at my hips, what happens is I go from here, and then their hips shoot up like that, which means probably from the bar getting to here is all my lower back, just grinding that out, which is why then people are like, oh, I don't like deadlifts because I hurt my back. It's like, nah, you're just deadlifting wrong. So what you're going to think about instead is take the slack out of the bar, and the slack is this. You probably can't hear that. I'm just shaking. But the slack is that. So there's a little gap between where the metal ring inside the plate and the bar starts. There's a tiny little gap there which is to fit the plates on. So I'm thinking of here, getting ready, I'm pulling the bar up like that before I lift to get nice and tight. And I'm thinking about pressing my feet down into the floor to then drive tall, and my back stays relatively nice and flat the whole way through. So think about that next time you're doing your deadlifts. All right, so next we've got the main sort of working part of today's session. We're doing snatch grip RDLs paired with dumbbell walking lunges. Both of these movements, I'm gonna use my straps because I don't want my grip to be the limiting factor here. If I didn't use straps, I could probably do 6-8 reps of RDLs with the snatch grip at 100, but then I would feel the bar rolling out my hands, and then my grip stops me, not my legs. I want my legs to be working and my glutes. Same thing with the dumbbells. Going from a heavy grip movement to another heavy grip movement, I wouldn't be able to get as many reps done. So making sure that I'm using my straps for both of them. And then when it comes to actually using them, people are a bit retarded with this. What I do is you want to always go from underneath the bar and then roll it back towards you. Honestly, I just do that, and that's good enough for me. Some people will then say, okay, you should wrap it round multiple times, but to be honest, I just don't like doing that. So I will literally just go under, around once, that's me. Same on the other side. Get it nice and tight, and then you're good to go. And then dumbbells, like same thing, but you don't want to go from the outside. You want to make sure you're going from the inside. So from the inside, wrap around there, and then you're good to go. Which just means now I could pretty much pick this up, even if you look at my hands, like fairly loose grip. Yeah, rock on. And then hold on to it. So if you don't have straps, get yourself some straps. I actually just sent straps to one of my clients as a little birthday present for him. So sign up with me for coaching, you'll get a free £10 pair of straps. Note to self, increase coaching price by £10.
Let me go up, coach.
Genuinely easy. Stop holding me back, man. Let me go up.
I'm a peacock, you gotta let me fly.
You gotta let me fly. All right, only 10 steps on the dumbbells. Maybe we'll increase it, seeing as it's a lighter weight. Because last time in the other gym, I think I did 42s for 10 or 12 steps, but this is the max dumbbell weight we've got here. So maybe we'll do 4 sets of Maybe we'll go 16. See how we go.
Can't go there, mate. What's the weight for set 2?
It's gonna be 110 for 5 reps. So I think it'll still be all right. I'm pretty sure I actually worked up to 120 for 6 or something before, but really trying to think about using more of my hips as they come back and not trying to tilt too far forward in my chest. But you don't need to get so intricate. It's just, for most of you, I would say just lift more weight as long as it's safe.
One
120, I think it's only 3 reps, but if I'm honest, I'll probably do 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was 5.
That was 4.
Was it?
Help me settle a debate.
All right, well, I think that if you're doing an RDL, if you can get set in the position of an RDL from the floor, it counts as your first rep. So me, I'll typically get set. Normal deadlift, I'd probably be here. RDL, I'll get set a bit higher. I'll feel the tension hamstrings and I'll go. Whereas you say, deadlift it up and then go. Or worse is the people that put it in the rack and then they're like waddling back and trying to go. You don't want to be that guy. Most of you probably are. One set lunges left, then we've got some back supported leg raises.
Nice.
And then we're into our echo bike intervals for, it's not as intense today. This week is almost like I don't want to say deload, but like a lighter week, because then next week program changes. We're switching from our lower, we're doing lower upper conditioning, lower upper conditioning. Next week we're doing 3 full body, 3 conditioning, because we're getting, I think next week is 4 weeks out, or this Friday will be 4 weeks out. So we're gonna ramp up the intensity.
You feeling good for it?
I think so, yeah. Like, I don't know. It's just, I was saying to Harvey yesterday, we had a call. It's like, it's the most different Hyrox prep I've ever been through, but like, I feel stronger. I still feel like I'm fast, which is probably the 2 most important things for me. To feel like I'm still getting strong, and also my speed is improving. And then, he had a good point. He's like, you can do you can hurt and you can like push hard in between things, so we don't need to practice that. Whereas like maybe if you've never done a Hyrox before, you would need to spend a bit more time kind of hurting and understanding what that feels like to know kind of where your limits are. But because I've done a lot of it already, I don't need to do that as much, so I can focus on being really short with intensity and like pushing really hard and then pulling back and building more strength, if that makes sense.
How'd you find that?
It's the hardest movement of the day. This feels weird. This is annoying. But no, good. You wanna, the reason why I put this in here, because you could just literally jump up on a bar and do the same thing, but I'm trying to make them more strict. So by using a bar in the rack and then having the pad there, I can't use momentum or kip so much. So I'm literally trying to keep them fairly strict. Keep my legs as straight as I can so that I'm working core, kind of lower abs, and also hip flexors as well. So a good accessory movement for people who want a good core, and probably runners as well for the hip flexors. It's actually the same one I did a couple weeks ago, which is why I was like, I don't know if he was going to update it or not, but I'm just going to do it because I want to get it done.
Oh yeah.
So we've got 4 sets, 20 calories at 75 RPM on the bike. Then we get 1 minute kind of easy, cruisy pace. and then we're going straight into 40 calories at 67 RPM on the bike. So like a comfortably hard pace. And then we get another minute nice and easy, and we just do that 4 times.
20 cals done.
20 cals done, 55 seconds. First one's always, I feel like the first round's the hardest. When you go from like rest to just going for it. And then the last round will be hard.
How long did your 20 cals take you on round 1?
55 seconds.
Oh yeah, that's the standard.
I just look at RPM. Keep it at 75. I'm pretty sure 72 RPM is 20 calories a minute. So I'm okay. If we can hit 75, we know it'll take less than a minute.
Set 1 done.
Set 1 done. 70 calories in total.
Oh yeah.
75.
Minute rest, back down to the start.
Minute rest, and we do that 3 more times.
Round 2 done.
Round 2 done. That's good.
Round the same as first.
It's like pretty much exactly the same. It's what we want in this session. You know, it's freezing when I still feel cold, even though I've been training for almost 2 hours on my watch. 3 done. 1 more. Last time I did this, I had 315 calories in total. I can't remember the time, so I'm counting my rest calories. We'll see if I beat that. I think I will. Nice.
Oh yeah. Wrap that bitch up.
4 sets done.
Happy with how you paced it?
Yeah. Oh, can't talk. Yeah, no, it's paced well. I think I was faster than last time because it was fewer calories overall. And pretty sure last time it took me pretty much up until the 20-minute mark on the bike. But right now we're at 19:55. So, but to be fair, last time I was doing the 20 cals at 72, 73. This week 75 RPM. And I was doing the 40 cals at about 65 RPM last time. This week 68. So the maths is mathing. It makes sense. But 298 calories, so I'll pedal like this to get a nice round 300, and then done.
Oh yeah. What have you got to tell people that are still watching?
First of all, thank you. There's probably only 2 of you, so thank you for watching. But if you are still watching, then make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.